throw a protective cordon around education or Leeds University. That is why one of our demands was also that Leeds City Labour Council refuse to implement any cuts whatsoever, and that they halt the plans to bulldoze through 3,000 council worker redundancies. We need the might of the working class, who are organised and fighting trade unions, taking collective action, withdrawing their labour, will be able to bring this government to its knees. The strength of organised workers, when combined with the energy and determination of young people and students, will be an unstoppable force. In March, it is likely that our teachers and lecturers are going to be going on strike, and we're going to see student solidarity on their picket lines like never before. We also need to build for the TUC demo in March, and for the TUC to take up our slogans: no to sky-high tuition fees, save EMA for free education for all. But these cuts are not inevitable and they are not necessary. And in a new year, when workers unite with students in mass action against the cuts, we can break this hated condemned coalition and do away with the failed austerity agenda once and for all. But occupations can only keep up as long as the rest of us go and support them, offer them, you know, we don't just want to run a soup kitchen, we need to be going up there, writing to the Vice-Chancellors, telling everybody that this is something that should be supported. And thankfully, we've got a continuing movement, because the Leeds University occupation's finished, but a new occupation started, and that's been running for a few days. And I'm very pleased to have with us today Andy Smith, who's from the Leeds Trinity University College.
Thank you. Leeds Trinity University College decided to go into occupation 4 days ago. We've been named in the new UNCUT report as one of the universities most under threat. And our students, in a largely depoliticised population, we think it's now more important than ever to actually work with the unions, with the staff, get some of the unity and solidarity that should have been in our education system, but has been sadly missing for some time, especially at my university. We want everybody to work together. When we saw the decision of Blake's party turn back on their campaign promises, it didn't put us off. If anything, after 5 minutes of being put down, we've decided more than ever, every single cut proposed by this coalition government should be opposed. Then when we read yesterday that the levy was being decreased on the banks, and they were essentially being less off £1 billion a year, and they've snuck the bill through on the most important day of our students' lives of the year politically so far, it angered us. We want support, we want to know that everybody can work together. We want the staff to come and join us. We want everybody who is aware, and all the supporters we've worked with so far, to know that we appreciate everything they're doing, and we are not ready to give up this fight for anything. It's our education, it's the next generation's education, and we are not happy about this coalition's assumption that they can choose which degrees we should and shouldn't do, that they can choose whether the humanities are valuable or not. We need to move forward and educate everybody for their choice, for their movement, and for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. We wish you all good luck with the occupation. We'll be up to visit you regularly, and if we're not there, remind us, but we will be. Our next speaker is the dreaded tax man. It is tax justice today, and it would have been awkward for us not to have the tax man here. Paul Tillier, who is, where are you, Paul? Paul Tillier is our next speaker. He's from the Public and Commercial Services Union, and he's from the HMRC, that's Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs Group Executive Committee. Paul.
Thanks for that welcome. I'll call it a welcome, Sheila. I mean, to be honest, I'm currently ashamed to be working for the government that's in power at the moment. The last one were bad enough, but this lot are a total and utter disgrace. Now, successive governments have made benefit fraud a scapegoat for the losses to the Exchequer. whilst spectacularly failing to tackle tax avoidance and tax evasion. And I'll come on to why these things are so important. Now, benefit fraud costs the country around about £1 billion a year. And okay, that's bad enough. But when you compare it to up to 120 billion that is lost every single year to tax evasion, tax avoidance and tax that goes uncollected, it shows that the decisions made by governments are politically motivated and not economic. 25% of HMRC's budget has been cut, and every pound that you spend in HMRC brings in £6, £7, £8. It just doesn't make sense. £26 billion every year goes uncollected. 25 billion goes avoided, and 70 billion goes evaded, which is illegal in the UK. Now, the culprits are not you and me. We have to pay our tax. It comes straight out of our wage. We don't get a choice. The culprits are the big businesses, the global corporations and wealthy individuals. And it's obvious and shameful that it is an ideological matter and not economic. The very fabric of a civilised society depends